Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Rockingham, North Carolina. That's right. We are at the Rock here tonight with the S.R.U. Dave Bush Cup Series. These guys are going to have a heck of a time driving this old track. Right now, we'll take a quick look. We had a practice out there. S.R.U, he was the fastest on the track, 23.158. Nate Webb was second quick, 23.190. Michael Yarrow, third place quick, 23.23. That was the top three drivers in practice. They were trying to get the idea how to get around this track, and they were getting it done. Now, we are at Rockingham. The length is 0.97 miles. So we're looking at a 1 mile track here tonight. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very interesting night. Now, right now, the guys going around, they're getting some qualifying laps in. We're just following along right there, right with Fred Pennington in the number 8 Kinder Morgan car. He's going around, putting down some laps, seeing if he can get up into qualifying. See how he can do. Right now, we're taking a look and see if I can find... I'm just looking to see Robert Chiswick. He's out there as well. He's trying to get some laps down. So he did a 25.5 first time around. Oh, he's on the wall, though, the second time around, so that's not going to help him. I guess he's going to go with the first run. That's going to be his best lap, I would dare say. Nate Webb is out there. Nate Webb has got no time right now. He's just going around. He's going to try to get it done. Just clips the wall a little bit there. First one is no time. The second one is 23.11. Go back to Michael Yarrow. Michael Yarrow is going to see he did 24.3 the first time around. Let's take a look at Todd Neese. He has no time, but he's just going around now. He's going to see if he can get a lap in. 23.112 for Todd Neese. He's coming around one more time. Second time around. He's looking pretty good. He's going to do a 25.1. So his first time around was the best time. At any rate, where we are Rockingham Speedway. 1 mile track, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 47% chance of humidity, chance of rain, partly cloudy. It is 11 mile an hour winds. So we're just going to see if we can get this done. We are in Rockingham, North Carolina. It's going to be an interesting race. We have a pretty good field. I believe there's 17, 18 cars here tonight. So we're not quite up the full field again, but we're getting there. All right, we're going to show up a couple things here. We're going to bring up our time. It looks like S.R.U is the fastest truck on the track, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm just waiting for the qualifying information to come through. We'll show that on here, and we'll get this running. Looks like Chris Paff is in second place, Brandon Sheets in third, Al Likens is in fourth, Nate Webb is in fifth. But we're just waiting for that to become official. Once it becomes official, we'll put it up on the grid, show everyone where everyone is gridding up at. We have our overalls. We have a couple more moments to go. Loggy Boy is on there. You know I'm here. Yes, I know. I see you there, Loggy Boy. Glad Dad, let's go, Art. How you doing tonight, Glad Dad? Alrighty, we got one lap to go. They're still out there doing a little bit of qualifying. We're just waiting for them to get done that. We have a moment or two. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, we have the qualifying all ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look and see what we have for qualifying. Zach Rongitz, he is in the pole position here tonight. Chris Paff is in second. Brandon Sheets in third. Al Likens, Nate Webb, Fred Pennington, Todd Neese, Robbie Stewart Jr., Michael Yarrow, and Robert Chiswick. They are your top 10. So we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. We're going to go down and take a look at the grid. Again, Zach Rongitz, he's in the pole position. Chris Paff, he's in P2. P3, you have Brandon Sheets. P4, Al Likens. Then in P5, Nate Webb. P6, Fred Pennington. Then in P7, Todd Neese. P8, Robbie Stewart Jr. Then we have P9, Michael Yarrow. P10, Robert Chiswick. Good to see you back, Robert. P11, Brandon Hartwell. P12, Keith Hobart. P13, David Neese. P14, Mark Koscheck. Then we have P15, Jason Adams. P16, my buddy Terry Duguay. He's out there tonight again. Haven't seen him for a couple races. Then we have P17, Alex Miller. P18, Jeff Hurlbutt. And that is your grid. 18 cars here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely awesome. Gotta love the turnout. We're not quite back up to our 24, 25 cars that we had earlier in the season. But I'll tell you what, we're back here tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun for these guys to get this thing underway. So the pace car is just pulling off. We're going to do one lap around. We're going to get this show on the road. The lights are off in the pace car, so we're only going to do one lap. Let's see what these guys can do with the Rock. I'll tell you what, Rockingham, it's been around for many, many, many years. It wasn't on the schedule for a long period of time. They got it back on the schedule again, but only for a select few races. But iRacing has got it as a regular racetrack. So, here we are at the Rock. Going to see what these guys can do. Zach Ron gets on the point. He is right there in that 38 car. Good wrench, Bass Pro Shops. He has Chris Paff on the outside of him. Taking a look. Chris Paff has got a fast car as a rule. Got to keep an eye on that red 22. Here we go. Bernie has the flag in the air. Here we go. We're rocking and rolling at the Rockingham. Whoa, we're wrecking right off the bat. What's going on? Oh, my goodness. Oh, Brandon Sheets crashed out, Likens, Fred Pennington. They've all crashed. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened. There's the flag that dropped. Let's run through this thing here, see what happened. Oh, we're going to go back, take another look, get the better angle. All right, here we go. They're going to restart. Brandon Sheets in the 2. He got right behind the 38. Gave him a shove. They got on the back bumper. Got him around crooked. That was the 2. That was the 88. Then we had the 3. The 8, Kinder Morgan. Fred Pennington, he's involved. Mark Koscheck, he goes down. He catches the back end of the 88. Just barely clips him. Terry Duguay just missing everyone. I think he might have caught the end of the 88. No, he was good. Wow. Okay, let's go back up the live then. Let's see what happens. But check this out. Oh my goodness, what a way to start this race. Loggy Boy 700, rocking with Nate Webb, number 7. Well, I think Nate was out of that. He did not get involved with that. So we're going to have to keep an eye on how this is going to play out. I know we got a couple cars that are going to be hurting right off the bat. We're going to bring up our track map. We're going to see where everyone is. We have 3 cars going in. We have H going into pit. Fred Pennington, Al Likens is in the pits. Brandon Sheets is in the pits. Robbie Stewart Jr., he's in the pits. So those 4 cars are going into pits to get some quick repairs. Again, we have no fast repairs in the S.R.U. Dave Bush League. And wow, they could be in there for a little bit of time trying to get these cars fixed. We'll take a quick look. See if we can see. There's Brandon Sheets, he's coming out. Fred Pennington, these guys are all still in there. Wow. Back up to Chris Paff. And we still have Al Likens, Fred Pennington, and Robbie Stewart Jr. They are still in the pits. Okay, Fred Pennington, Al Likens is coming out. Robbie Stewart Jr., though, he is still in pit lane trying to get that thing fixed up. Man, what a way. We didn't even get one lap down, and we were wrecking right off the get-go. That is unfortunate. We're going to see how these guys cycle through, get this thing going for them. I do a little bit of adjusting on my end. We don't have our sim racing apps. We don't have our Whiplash sim cams here tonight. Unfortunately, they are a sponsor for us, but we don't have them on hand. Let's see. I don't have my S.R.U sponsors up. I don't know why they're not up at this moment in time. I'm just going to take a quick look, see if I can get that running again. All right, here we go. Barney's got the flag in hand. Here we go. We're back to racing, boys. Getting her done at the Rock. Okay, we have Zach and Chris. They jumped away from the front of the pack. Zach has jumped out in front of Chris Paff. They're all cycling into single file racing pretty much. There's a few guys that are side by side, but everyone further back are doing a good job getting back into the single file. Back there with Brandon Sheets. They are back there about 2 wide, back at the very back end of this thing. Everyone's trying to catch back up. They were at the front of the pack until they got involved in that accident. So again, Fred Pennington, Al Likens, Brandon Sheets, they were all up running really good. They were there. They got caught up in that accident. They all got into the pit lane. They got shuffled to the back. That's where they are. All right, back up to the front. Zach Rongitz is just driving away with this thing. Lap 7 out of 200. We've got a long way to go here tonight, folks. Well, I'm just looking for my sponsorships. My S.R.U sponsorships are not showing up. I'm really surprised. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Going to try to replay that, get that working for you, but for some reason I do not have that up here tonight. Not quite sure why. Not quite sure what's going on with that. But anyway, we are ready to go. We've got this thing happening. We've got Zach Rongitz on the lead. Chris Paff, he's in second. Let's take a run down through the cars. First of all, I'm going to reboot my trading paints because I like to do that just to make sure everyone has their proper paints on their cars. So you might see a flash of white on all these cars just for a moment. There we go. The flash right back to his colors. Make sure that he's got his proper custom paint job on that car. Then we're going to go back and take a look at a few of these other guys. Back up with Zach. All right, so going through the field, there is Zach Rongitz. He's driving that 38 Bass Pro Shops Good Wrench car. Then we have Chris Paff. He's in that Cheer Wine 22 car. Then we go back to Brandon Hartwell. He's got the Red Bull car here tonight, the 25. Then we have Michael Yarrow, Robin Hood, driving that Toyota Camry, the number 45. Then we go back to Todd Neese. He's in that 26 car, driving that Publix car. Then we go back to Nate Webb. Nate Webb has the Hendricks car.com. That's the number 7 of Nate Webb. Keith Hurlbutt, he is right there in the 19 car. Twin Peaks. That's a good looking car right there as well. Then we have David Neese. He's in that Miller Lite car tonight. That Ford. Good looking Ford right there. Mark Kostrick, he's in that other Ford Mustang, the IBM car. Then we got Terry Duguay driving that Chevrolet, the number 14. Then we have Brandon Sheets. He is in the 2 car tonight, the Valvoline car. Old school paint job on that thing. Fred Pennington, Kinder Morgan, the number 8 of Fred Pennington. Then we have Alex Miller. He's driving that 49 machine, Budweiser. Then we have Al Likens in the 88. He's driving that KOA car tonight. It's camping season. It's getting close to camping season at the very least. Then we have Jeff Hurlburt. He's in the Hooters car tonight. Then we have Robbie Stewart Jr. He is in the pits, unfortunately, still in the pits. Can't quite see him, but he's in there. He's in a Budweiser car, number 3. Then we have Robert Chiswick. Where'd Robert Chiswick go? Let's just a moment, see if I can find Robert Chiswick. I don't see him on the track at the moment. And Jason Adams, I'm looking for Jason as well. But I don't see him on the track as well. So, okay, we're going to go back up with Zach. He's up in the front of this thing. He is right now 1.2 seconds ahead of Brendan Hartwell. You can see him just driving away from him at this moment in time. Going to take a quick look. No one's there in the waiting room to have a chat with me. So, okay, so we're just going to take a look and follow these guys around. Because right now, Zach has got a commanding lead. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell's seeing if he can catch up to him. Well, let's go up and take a look on Brandon's roof cam. We'll take a look. He's following him around the corner. Again, 1.2 seconds. This is what 1.2 seconds looks like at the Rock. They have got some really good speeds going on here. So right now, the fastest cars, Brandon Hartwell is 24.12. He's in second position. That's who we're looking at right now. Michael Yarrow, he's in fourth position, 24.15. Zach Rongitz, he's 24.18. So he's a little bit slower than Brandon Hartwell in second place. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Then we're going to go over and take a look where, let's see. Battle box. Al Likens and Jeff Hurlburt, they're both down a little bit. Right now, they got to do a little bit of something to not go a lap down. Stewart's in the pits. Chiswick is out. Adams is out. So right now, Al Likens and Jeff Hurlburt, they are in trouble in 14th and 15th spot because Zach Rongitz is on his way. So if you go up to Zach, take a look on his roof cam, you can see Jeff Hurlburt in the distance right in front of him. So if you go to Jeff Hurlburt, look on his back bumper, that Hooters car, you can't quite see. There's the leader coming around the corner. So he's going to have to put his foot in it, going to have to pedal a little faster to see if he can get something done. Back up with Zach. Again, driving away. He has still 1.25 seconds on Brandon Hartwell. We're going to go back through the field, take a look, see if anyone's close enough to have a little bit of a battle going on. These guys are definitely spaced out now, so they're just kind of cruising along. Everyone's getting used to their cars, seeing where everyone needs to be. We have a little bit of action going on back here, back in the Kinder Morgan car and the Valvoline car of Brandon Sheets. They're looking at each other, trying to see if they can get a little bit of action going. Fred Pennington's looking on the outside. He's looking on the inside, in the corner. Jump up onto his roof, take a look. Brandon Sheets got a big run on the back straightaway. But the Kinder Morgan machine of Fred Pennington, it's catching up quite quick in the corners. It's right on his back end. So we're not quite sure if he's going to get a run on him yet or not. But we'll go back and take a look and see what's going on closer to the front of the pack. Barney's up there in the flag stand. He gets a good view of all these guys going around the track. We're lap 26 out of 200. We're 1/8 of the way around this track for tonight. These guys are all battling a good battle. But Brandon Sheets had crashed. Let's take a quick look and see what happened to Brandon Sheets. Take a look at his car. Gonna bring him up on the camera. That's the number 2 car. He came around the turn. He just pulled down onto the apron. And he didn't necessarily, he just stopped. He did not crash. So not quite sure what happened to Brandon. And then he jumped into the pits. So not quite sure what happened there in that situation. Brandon Sheets is in the pit lane at this moment in time. I'm not quite sure what happened. We'll go back to live. Back up and see what these fellas are doing up in the front of the pack. It looks like Zach is still leading this thing. He's got a 1.5 seconds now on Brandon Hartwell. 29 laps in. He's running down the backstretch into turn 3, around turn 4, heading down the front straightaway. So again, these guys are all split up. They're running their own races at this moment in time. So both Robbie Stewart Jr. and Brandon Sheets are both sitting on pit lane. Not quite sure what's up with those guys. Jeff Hilbert, he appears to be, I believe he's a lap down. We'll bring up our side ticker. Take a look. Yes, the 23, Jeff Hilbert, he is 1 lap down at this moment in time. So, all right, take a quick look at Jeff. He's right there in that 23 machine. That's the Hooters machine. He went down a lap. He has Nate Webb looking right behind him. So we'll go back up. Zach is being followed by Brandon Hartwell still. We're going to get a lot of different angles here for a moment. Just kind of get a feel where everyone is on the track. Lots of cars going around. We have Nate Webb. Nate Webb's going to take a look on the inside. He got by the 23. The 23 got back around him on the inside. These guys are fighting it out a little bit. We have the 23 right there on the low side. There's Nate Webb on the high side, taking a look, seeing if he can get on the inside of him. Couldn't quite do it that time. He got by him earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. This is tight racing at this moment in time. There he goes. He's going up high. And there he sails by the 23. No problem at all for Nate Webb at this moment in time. So we're going to go back a little bit farther. We'll take a look at my buddy Terry Duguay. What's Terry Duguay doing up there? He's looking at the back end of Alex Miller. Going to see if Terry can do something with it here. See if he can get a good run on him. They're on the back straightaway. Trying to see if we get something happening. It's not working. Terry's a little bit high in that corner. He saves it. He brought it down. No problem at all. All right. I'm going to see if I can grab onto one of these fellas. I'm going to grab onto, let's see, where is the 26th? Let's see if I can grab onto Todd Neese. Just to take a quick look. Hey, Todd, it's up in the booth here, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Just a quick question, man. What are you running for laps for fuel? Like, how many laps are you going to get for a tank of fuel? Just wanted to find that out from you.
Well, in practice, I think I was on schedule to do about 100.
Okay. So about halfway, 50%.
Yeah, that's just fuel though. I'm not making it that far on tires, sir.
Right on, right on. Okay, no, it's just when they give me, 70% fuel, it really doesn't usually tell me how many actual laps that is. And I like to let everyone know how many laps are left for the drivers. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I appreciate that input. I'll tell you what, you're back a little bit, but you're sitting in, where are you actually, Todd? You're in the 5th place right now, are you not?
Yes, 5th position.
Yes, you're doing good. Keep your foot into it, man. We'll maybe see you at the end of the race.
Yep, hoping.
All right, man. I'll put you back down. Thanks for the information.
You're welcome.
All righty. Have a good race. Well, that was Todd Neese. That was him in the 26. Bring him up on the track just to let everyone see. We were just talking to him. He figures that he was getting about 100 laps to a tank of fuel in practice. Now, again, he said he's not going to get that out of his tires. So his tires are going to go away long before he runs out of fuel. By the way, it sounds to me, at any rate. So anyway, we'll go back up. We'll take a look. There's Brandon Hartwell. He's in second place, still in second place. He's trying to chase down Zach Rongich. Zach just went by Terry Duguay into 14. They're all trying to get around. We're at lap 41. Al Likens just jumped into the pits. So Al Likens is in the pit. He's going to get some service done. See if we can jump down and take a quick look at Al Likens. He's in the KOA, the 88. And the 2 of Brandon Sheets, he's still in the pits. I'm not quite sure why Brandon went into the pits. I'm not quite sure why Al Likens is in the pits, but he's in there for quite a while at this moment in time. All right, we're going to jump back out with the leaders. There's your leader. Zach has got a good run over top of Brandon. He still has 1.23 seconds ahead of Brandon Hartwell. So he's doing a good job maintaining the same distance. And then we have Terry Duguay right behind Brandon Hartwell. He has gone a lap down now. Chris Paff, he is back there. He is 3.2 seconds behind the leader. But don't count out Chris, because Chris usually has a fast car. He usually gets something going before the end of the race. Again, we're not even a quarter of the way through. We have 44 out of 200 laps right now in the books. So, all right, let's take a look and go back see Nate Webb, that blue machine of Nate Webb. He's right there behind Todd Neese. Just driving along, looks pretty comfortable. Again, no need to... Oh! Todd Neese just bounced off the wall, went into the infield. He saves it. He drove it through. He's got it under control again, but that was a heck of a hit. He went up high, bounced off the wall, down into the infield grass. He rode along the edge of the grass and was able to keep it in a straight line, brought it back out onto the track. He's sitting good now. But man, that could have been bad for Todd Neese. I'm glad he didn't do that when I was talking to him. David Neese, he's back here in the 27. I believe they're related somehow, not quite sure. So then we have Fred Pennington Jr. Or Fred Pennington, I'm sorry, not Jr. I was thinking of Robbie Stewart. Fred Pennington, he's just cruising along there. He's looking pretty good. Don't count him out because he usually has a pretty fast car as well. Now, Michael Yarrow has just come into the pits. So not quite sure why these guys are all coming into the pits. I can't, there we go. There's an angle of the 45, Michael Yarrow. So he's still in the pits. Al Likens is still in the pits as well. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with these guys, but they're jumping out and into the pits here a little early. So anyway, Zach Rongitz, he is in the front of this thing. He's just driving away. Taking a good look at him. Again, Brandon Hartwell, he is now 1 3/4 seconds behind the leader. Then we go back to Chris Paff. Chris Paff is actually 3.5 seconds behind the leader. So these guys are trying to get it done, but they are going to have to start pedaling a little bit faster. So there we have the 49 Alex Miller. He's down a lap at the moment. He's the first car lap down, actually. Here comes the 88. Al Likens is back out on the track. I'm not quite sure the damage that he had or why he went in, but he was in there for quite a while. I'm just kind of waiting to see if anybody else. No, nobody else is in the pits at this moment. Mark Kostic, he just came in. He's on his way into the pits. So Mark's coming in. He's going to probably come in and grab some tires, I would have to say. Get this thing going again. See if I can grab a good camera angle on Mark's car. Mark's going up on the outside. He's getting the outside tires on that Mustang. He's going to take inside tires on the Mustang, full tank of Sunoco fuel, and then he'd be back out onto the track. There he comes coming back out there now. So here we go, back up to the front of the pack. We're looking at Brandon Hartwell, we're looking at Chris Paff. These guys are all chasing down the leader. The leader has got it going on. Now right now though, Brandon Hartwell has got 1.3 seconds behind the leader. But the leader's caught up in traffic. He's trying to get by the 19. He does get by him on the inside. So go back to Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell is right there. He's coming into the lap traffic. Well, let's take a look and see how he's going to make out getting around these lap cars in front of him. He's right there behind the 27. Whoa, great. That was a close pass right there. There he is going up high. Past the 19. 19's going into the pits. So Brandon Hartwell, he's 1.6 seconds behind the leader and catching him. Meanwhile, Keith Hurlbert, he's just coming into the pits. Going to follow along with Keith just for a moment, see what he takes. Twin Peaks Sports Bar. They have the UFC fights by the sounds of things. Coming in, he locks it up, slides to a stop. Taking tires on the outside of that machine. He's going to take inside tires on that Chevrolet. A full tank of Sunoco fuel, hits the gas, and away he goes. Back out onto the track. Okay, so there's David Neese. He's coming in. Take a quick look at David Neese. And so is the Hooters car also came in as well. Again, taking tires on the outside. They're at lap 57. A lot of these guys are coming in early for tires. Now they have 4 sets of tires. That should be 3 sets of tires in the pits for these guys. 1 set on the car. All right, so those guys are both coming back out. Right now, Zach Rongitz, he is just driving away. He has 1.65 seconds on Brandon Hartwell in second place. Then we go back to Chris Paff. He is about 3.65 seconds behind the leader. Then we go back to Nate Webb. He's about 14.3 seconds behind the leader at this moment in time. And then in 5th place, Todd Neese. He is about 21, almost 22 seconds behind the leader. So we're going to go back up with the leader, take a look. We're going to jump into the static cam, and we'll have all kinds of different camera angles popping up. The Largy Boy 700. He's still sitting there rocking with Nate Webb, number 7. Guess I mentioned that earlier. Just touching base back with our friends in YouTube channel. Checking out the racing here tonight. Again, if you take a look at this track, Rockingham is a pretty big track. It's pretty wide. You can do 3 cars easily wide on this track. Now, it was out of service for a number of years. Again, NASCAR just uses it basically for special events, different races like that. It is still being used, but it ran empty. It was empty, no races at all for a number of years. So it's actually glad to have it back, and iRacing having it as a regular on the schedule. for anyone that wants to drive it. And there's a lot of guys that really enjoy racing here at the Rock. It is a tricky track. It has a mind of its own, but it can be a lot of fun for these drivers to go around this track and have fun with it. Al Likens has crashed. Let's take a quick look and see what happened to Al Likens. We'll take a look. Here's Al. I don't think he crashed. I just think he came in, and if you park on the apron, you're going to come up in my ticker saying that you crashed, but you did not actually crash. So you're perfectly fine. Terry Duguay's coming into the pits. Oh, go back to live again. Terry Duguay's into the pits. He's going to take some tires. Going to ride along with Terry Duguay here for a moment. He's from Prince Edward Island, Canada. He has Right On Board Locksmith on his car. That's his company. If you need a locksmith, you lock your keys in your car or something over in PEI when you're visiting Anna Green Gables, he'd be the man to reach out to and get you unlocked. Don't know if he's any good at safe cracking. You can always ask him, I suppose. Anybody want to do a bank job? There you go. Anyway, Terry Duguay, he's back out onto the track again. Todd Neese, he's in the pits. Take a quick look. He's getting tires. Both tires, both sides. Coming back out onto the track as well. So we have back up with Zach Rongitz. He is still out there. We're going to take a quick look. What is his pit strategy? Because Zach has not been in the pits at all. Hartwell, Paff, or Webb, they've all been out for 65 laps. Miller's been out for 65 laps. Pennington has been out for 62. So these guys are really doing a good job saving their tires, because everyone else appears to be Neese, the 11th place of Todd Neese. He's actually in the pits right now. So he's in. So these other guys there, I'll tell you what, these cats know how to drive their car, because they're definitely saving their tires, because they still have a lot of speed as they're racing around this track. But that's leaving only 4 cars. These guys that haven't pitted yet, they're the only 4 cars that are still on the lead lap. 5th place is Pennington, and he is the first car 1 lap down, followed by Miller. Kozchik is down 2 laps. Hurlbut is down 2 laps. The 27 and Neese is down 2 laps. Terry Duguay is down 3 laps. Hurlbut and the 23 is down 4 laps. The 26 of Neese is in the pits right now. Todd Neese is in the pits. So unfortunately, Likens, Yarrow are both out of the race. I believe Stewart's out of the race. Chiswick and Adams are out of the race. And I believe Brandon Sheets is out of the race as well. So not quite sure what's going on with these guys, but they are out of the race at this moment in time. Loggerboy 700 says some beautiful racing. Yes, they've got some good racing going on here tonight. Everyone's doing a good job. They're at lap 69 out of 200 right now. We're just watching these guys pull off back onto the track. Again, that's Zach. He's coming out in 2nd place. He just came into the pits, but he's cycling back out in 2nd place. Fred Pennington actually is in the front of this thing at this moment in time. He's about 7.5 seconds in front of Zach Rongitz. So Zach's going to have to do some pedaling to get back up to the front of this thing. We got some tight racing going on here. Oh! He just hit the wall. That was Fred Pennington. He just ran into the wall, and he's your leader at this moment in time. But, man, he hit that wall hard. Just going to follow around with him a little bit closer. He's in lap traffic at the moment. He's still in the lead of this thing. Whoa, he's on the wall again. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. He might be hurting for tires. Take a quick look at his pit strategy. He's coming into the pits here right now. He's got 68 laps on that thing, so he definitely needs some tires. He's coming in, putting tires on that car. So, all right, that'll cycle Zach Rongitz back into the lead. Brandon Hartwell back in the 2nd. Chris Paff back into 3rd. Fred Pennington, he's in the pit lane. He's coming down right now. That would put Nate Webb into 4th place, Mark Kozchik into 5th place. As we cycle through, we're just following along with Fred Pennington. Going to take a look and see what he grabs onto for tires. I'm assuming he's going to grab all 4 tires. Not quite sure if I have the proper camera angle. They go around that corner. I don't quite get a good camera angle. He is up on the outside. He's getting tires on the outside right now. He's going up on the inside, so he's taking all 4 tires, full tank of Sunoco fuel. And there he is. He's going back out onto the track once again. But Zach Rungitz, he is out in the front of this thing in the 38, looking good for him. Again, Brandon Hartwell, though, he's a little bit closer. He's a half a second behind the leader. So he made up the gap from earlier before the pit stops. So he's definitely right there, and he's actually closing in on the leader. Take a look on his roof cam. Just follow along. I can see in the distance, looks like Terry Dugay's car right in front of them. They're both going to sail by Terry Dugay. To leave here in a moment, probably turns 1 and 2. They definitely are cruising a lot faster than Terry is at this moment in time. Terry's trying hard to stay out there, but he's only down 1 lap. If the leader goes by him, he's going to go down for 2 laps again. There's Terry going by, passing him on the outside. Terry stayed nice and high, kept it off the wall. Good driving, Terry. But we'll go back up to the roll bar. This is Brandon Hartwell. He is right on the back end of Zach Rungitz, and he is trying to see if he can get something done. Lap 77 out of 200. Not even out of the halfway mark as of yet. And these guys are getting them going. Howard Peel said, car got to be hurt. Lucky Boy 700, dang Fred, you should have gotten tires a lap earlier. Lucky Boy also says, pushed them too hard. Yes, he did. He pushed them a little bit too hard. He gets off the wall a couple times, but he is back out onto the track again now. That Fred Pennington car, he is back right now. Where are you at? You are right now in the 10th position, trying to get things done. You're out there by yourself, though, so you're going to have to get hustling. Get back up on the lead lap. You're 2 laps down now. So that definitely hurt Fred Pennington when he had to pit once again. Back up to the leader. He's coming up on Nate Webb. Nate Webb's right in front of him. He's going to fly by Nate Webb. He's passing him on the outside. There he goes. Nate Webb stayed nice and high out of the leader's way. There's the 25 going around Nate Webb as well on the inside. Right now we have nothing in front of Zach. Not for quite a little ways. It looks like Todd Neese maybe in front of him in the distance. Take a quick look at the battle. Yes, Todd Neese is the one right in front of him. Then Fred Pennington's right there as well. So this is the leader riding along with him. He's doing a good job. He has Brandon Hartwell almost 0.7 of a second behind him. But then we have Chris Paff. Chris Paff, though, is 5 3/4 seconds behind the leader. So they appear to be the only 3 cars on the lead lap at this moment in time. The 7 of Webb, he's down 1 lap. So these guys are just making all kinds of time. These top 3 cars, they are running fast laps. Very hard for any of them to catch up with anyone. Again, Nate Webb right now, he's your blue car. He's the 3rd car back you see in the distance behind the leader. And he'd like to get back up there to see if he can get a lap back. We're going to go take a look on Nate Webb, take a look on his roof cam. There's the leader and 2nd place right in front of him. So he's going to see if he can maintain this position, see if he can get caught up, possibly pass, and get his lap back. He's doing some hustling. But I don't know, like right now, he is, yeah, he's behind the leader. There's Terry Duguay. He was coming in. He looked like he was coming in, or what's Terry Duguay doing? Looked like he came into pit lane. He didn't quite make it. So he ended up staying high. He's coming around the corner now. He's going to try to get into pit lane here now. There's Terry coming into pit lane now, I guess. Okay, probably coming in for tires and fuel. He gets it woed up, no problem at all. Okay, back up with your leader. Take a quick look. There's the leader coming around the track. Barney's got a good view. There he goes, flying by the grandstands. He's got that machine just like it's on rails at this moment in time. 87 laps out of 200. And he's just driving away. But he has Brandon Hartwell right on the back end of him. Brandon Hartwell is there looking. He's going to see if he can get by. He's got to just catch up to him. That's the biggest problem. Right now, Zach is a little bit faster, it seems. Or at the very least, the exact same speed of Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell can't seem to gain a foot at all. Can't get his foot in the door, so to speak. He's trying to get up there. Looks like he gains a little bit on turns 3 and 4. But then he just drives away. So he's struggling a little bit. We'll go back and take a look at these farther back down the line. There is Keith Hurlbutt. He is in the 19. Right in front of him, though, Nate Webb is right there. Let's see who's. Let's see what the battle is. We're just looking for a battle right here now. There's Terry Duguay, Todd Neese. But this is the 23. Well, the Hooters car. He gets a little out of shape, but he got it back under control. The 19 went really high to get around him. Just kind of wonder what was going on there. There's Mark Kochek. He's coming around. He's going to take a look on the inside of him. Going to see if he can get something done. So the 23, Jeff's having a little bit of difficulty with that car here tonight. I don't think it's working just the way he wants it to work. So Al Likens is, I can't find Al Likens. Michael Yarrow, he's not on the track. Terry Duguay, he's still in the pits. Back out to Todd Neese. He's back there in the 26. He is running right now in the 11th position. Just trying to see Keith Hurlbutt, he's right there in the 19. Twin Peaks. He's doing pretty good. Just looking to see if there's any major battles going on, but I don't really see a whole lot of battles going on at this moment in time. Everyone seems to be spaced out, just biding their time, seeing what they can do with it. There we have the 27 going around the 23. David Neese takes the 23 on the inside. Gets by the 23, no problem at all. All right, so let's go back up. We'll take a look at Brandon Hartwell. How close are you getting to Brandon? You're getting right there on the back end of the leader. You close the gap to 0.3 of a second. Going down into turn 3 and 4. So Brandon Hartwell, he's trying to pedal as fast as he can to get this buggy of his going down the track, down the front straightaway, seeing if he can catch up with the leader, because the leader's been driving away with this thing right from the start. He is the man to catch here tonight. Zach Rongich, he is just like he's on rails. He's just going. He only missed out on a couple of laps when he pulled into the pits. He went a little bit down, but it did not take long for him to get back onto the point of this race, driving away with it like he is right now. He's right in the back end of Todd Neese, it looks like. Going to see if he can get by the two of them. He's got traffic right in front of him. He's going to split the difference between the two. Go by the 23, the Hooters car. Brandon goes by him as well. They're coming up by Todd Neese. Todd Neese is going a little bit high. Okay, Brandon Hartwell's got a big run on the back end of Zach. He was trying to see if he could get something done. He's right there looking, trying to get it done. He can't quite get it done, but I'll tell you what, he gained a lot of room at that turn. We're back out looking at it from a wider angle. But these cats are flying down the track right now. Nate Webb, he's right in the back end of the 23. He should be having no problem at all getting by him on the inside, possibly. 23 is having a little bit of difficulties here tonight. Whoa, he's right. Oh, he got right into the back end of him. Going by him on the inside. He got by him. Wow. Get right into the back end there. It almost like the 23 fetched up. But there's the 23. He's fighting it back now. He's on the outside looking to see if he can get back into it. He's going to drop back again. There's Chris Paff. He's going to go by the 23 as well. Wow. Right now, there's Chris Paff. Chris Paff is right there. He's in third place, taking a look at the 7 of Nate Webb. He's going to try to get by him here shortly. He's going to take a look on the inside, possibly. Let's take a look. Coming around turn 4, along the front straightaway. Chris Paff, again, he's in third place right now. Nate Webb is actually in fourth place. So, Chris is on the lead lap. Webb is on 1 lap down. There's Mark coming in. He's coming into the pits. So, yeah, that's a tight race right there. We're just kind of taking a look to see where everyone is. Back up with Brandon Hartwell. He's still in second place. Still following the leader. Just looking to see where all the action is. Back with the 22, Chris Paff. He is right still on the back end of the 7. And then we have, let's take a look. We have a bunch of cars on the pit lane. Terry Duguay is still on the pit lane. He's been in there for a little while. Zach is a cheat code on wheels, according to Lukey Boy 700. Well, I don't know about Zach. I'll tell you what, he's a hell of a driver here tonight. He's definitely driving away from everybody. I'm telling you what. Here comes Terry Duguay. He's coming back out of the pits again. All right. So we have only 3 cars on the lead lap. Again, that's Zach Rongich, Brandon Hartwell, and Chris Paff. They are the top 3 cars. They're the only 3 cars on the lead lap. Then we start dropping down as we go along. Nate Webb right now is in 4th place. He's 1 lap down, trying to get something done. We're at lap 105 out of 200. We're just a little over halfway in this race. We've had no cautions as of yet. We'll just take a quick look, bring it up. We've had, well, no, sorry, we had 1 caution for 3 laps, and we've had 3 lead changes. But Zach started this thing. He's back in the lead. He's going to run away with this thing. He's going to continue to drive this thing, drive the wheels off of this thing of his. That 38 car is on rails. He knows where he's going, and he's going to get there in a hurry. All right, taking a look back. Let's take a look back. Terry Duguay. Terry's just came out of the pits. He got new tires, fresh tires, full tank of fuel. He's looking pretty good, riding a good line right there now. He's coming up behind Fred Pennington in the 8. Take a look and see what Terry can do anything with fresh tires. He's catching up to the 23 and the 8. 23 is going high, the 8's going low. There's Terry going low underneath the 23 as well. He's right on the back end of Fred Pennington. We have a little bit of a run here going for Terry. Terry's doing really good here tonight, actually, as far as the run goes. He's up there in 12th position, but his car looks real good right now. Unfortunately, though, he is 23 laps down. He sat in the pits for a long time for whatever reason. I believe he was having some repairs done. So that is the problem. There's no fast repairs in this league. So if you damage your car, you need to go in and wait until your car is fixed. So he had to do that, apparently. Well, Fred Pennington went a little wide on that turn, slowed him down. Terry Duguay got a heck of a run right there. Thought Terry was going to catch him. Not quite. We're going to go back up to the 14. That's Terry. He has the 23 behind him. I'm just looking at the track here. We're going to go back to the 19 and see what the 19 Keith Hurwitz is doing. He has Todd Nice right on his back bumper. I believe it is. Todd is taking a look on the inside. Looking on the inside of that 19. He's coming up very close to him. He's going up high on this corner. There goes the 7. The 7 just rolled by him. There goes the 22. The 22 just went high. Todd, actually, I think he just saw the leaders coming, or one of the leaders, third place of Chris Paff. So he just decided to go high and let him go by. I believe. I could be wrong. But I'll tell you what, there's Chris Paff, and he is a man on a mission. He's going by the 19. He's still trying to get past Nate Webb. Nate Webb is not letting him get by. They're just running like crazy. There's David Nice. He's coming into the pits at this moment in time. Go back and take a look at David Nice in that 27, the Miller Lite car. He's coming in. He's got bright yellow leather tires. Those Goodyears are bright yellow leather tires. Man, they look pretty shiny on that car. I never really noticed that before. But he's getting 4 new tires. Yes, he's going up on the inside. And away he goes. He's back out onto the track once again. There we go. We have the leader. He's going by the 19 on the inside of him. And there's the 25, Brandon Hartwell. He as well goes by the 19 as well. Or no, that wasn't the 19. I apologize. That's not. That was the 23 of Jeff. I was thinking it was the other Keith Hilbert. But Jeff is bringing it in right now. I don't know if he's going to get service or what's he going to do. He's been running a little bit slower than everyone else at this moment in time. So I'm not quite sure if his tires went away or if he's having some difficulties with the car here tonight. He's at the back of the pack here. He's going to get some fuel. He's going up on the outside, getting tires on the outside. Getting tires on the inside. And then away he goes. He's getting back out on the track. Alrighty. So back up with your leader. There's your leader right now. He has got 0.8 of a second on Brandon Hartwell now. He's 8.5 seconds, a little bit better over top of Chris Paff. Chris Paff is back there. He's still chasing Nate Webb down, trying to get by him. Nate Webb is putting up a fight. He does not want to let that 22 car get by him tonight. So he's going to have a little bit of a race all his own. It's the two of them fight for position, but this could be it right here. Oh, he got close. Nate Webb got up, slid around. Good driving by Nate Webb. I'll tell you what, that could have been really bad. There goes Chris. Chris is on his way. He was fighting it out with Nate Webb for a while. Kind of gave him a little bit of a bump and run, it looked like, and then away he goes. Nate Webb is back there, and he's back there. Now he's going to start pedaling faster because he has Todd Neese coming up behind him. And Todd Neese is going to try to take the position away from him as well. Todd Neese is back there in 10th position, though, and Nate Webb is in 4th position, so he's still got a long way to go. They're battling side by side at this moment in time. Take a look. Out to the right. Rear end of the car. No, wrong side. There we go. He got by him, no problem at all. That's because Nate Webb is coming into the pits. Nate Webb is going to come into the pits. We're going to follow along with Nate Webb for a minute. See what Nate Webb's going to grab for tires and so on and so forth. He's driving that HenrikCars.com race car. He's got some damage on his right front. You can see the damage on the right front of the car. So he's been into the wall or he's been into someone. There he is. He's coming into the pits there now. He overshot the pit box just a little bit. He had to back up about a foot. He's going up on the outside. Going to take 8 outside tires. And then he's going to take inside tires, I do believe. Yes, there it is. Going up on the inside. And then he's going to be full tank of fuel and back out onto the track. Well, let's go back up with Zach. Zach is still out in the front of this thing. He's still driving away. Here we go. He's got a good lead still on Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell still is 0.8 of a second behind the leader. Chris Paff, he is 9 seconds, 9.25 seconds behind the leader. Inside the car, you see Zach just driving around the track. So Al Likens is out, Yarrow's out, Sheets is out, Stewart's still in the pits, Adams still in the pits, Chiswick is out. A lot of these guys are out of this race, unfortunately. But just kind of taking a look, I don't see anyone in the waiting room. I would grab onto one of these guys, see if they're around, but they're all still racing. I'm just trying to take a look through the list of people, see if they're still around. Jason Adams is in the area there. Let's see if anyone, Robbie Stewart's there. Not quite sure if anyone's actually doing anything or not. Maybe see if I grab on to Robbie Stewart there, take a quick run at him there, because he's been out for quite a while. Hey Robbie, you fired up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Hey, yeah.
How you doing, man? You sitting back watching the race, are you?
Doing a little bit of spotting, but yeah.
Okay, right on. Well, I wouldn't bother you then. I just didn't know if you were still in the race or just kind of watching it from the pits or what you were doing. But if you're doing some spotting, I'll let you go so you can get back at it.
All right. Appreciate it, Art.
All right, man. Have a good evening. That was Robbie Stewart. He was out of the race a little bit earlier, but I guess he's doing some spotting for one of the other drivers here now. So we're going to let him be, and we're going to go back, take another look. Let's take a look and see Terry Duguay. Again, he had some fresh tires there a little while ago. I bet you they're starting to go away on him now. He was in the pit box, so let's take a quick look. Duguay, he was in the pits 26 laps ago. So he's got some miles on those tires now. Rongitz, Hartwell, Paff, they're all running about 62 laps on their tires. Neese in the 9th position, that would be Todd. Todd has got about 62 laps on his car as well. Miller has about 60 laps on his tires. So these guys are all going to be looking for tires here before too long. We have 132 out of 200 laps on the board. So we're going to see how this is all going to play out before the end of it. But the man to catch, he's still on rails. Zach Rongitz, he is just going. He is on a man on a mission. He's just going to try to get it done. And there you have Brandon Hartwell right behind him. Brandon just came up close to the wall. Bounced off it, came back out. He's fine, but he's now a second behind the leader. Now we're just trying to watch and see how this is all going to play out. These guys are having a heck of a job. There's Terry Duguay. He's right behind the leaders right now. You can see the two leaders right in front of Terry Duguay from his roof cam. Terry's got a good run. The leaders are not getting away from Terry right now. Okay, both the leaders are coming in. We're going to jump back up with the leaders. They're both coming into the pits. We're going to take a look, see what they get. Now, we mentioned they're going to get 4 tires and full tank of Sunoco fuel. Get back out on the track as quick as possible. There's Chris Paff. Chris Paff is in as well. You're going to see Chris coming in. There he is. There's Todd Neese coming in behind him. So we have a lot of cars coming into the pits right now. But right there, there's your leader. Zach is coming in, pulling into his pit stall. See if I can get a little bit of a close-up on his car. He's taking outside tires as we speak. There's Chris Paff coming right in behind him. He's taking inside tires. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. He's out of there. There's Chris Paff. He's getting tires. Go back to Chris. He's getting inside tires, outside tires, and a full tank of fuel, and he's back out of there. So let's see where these guys are all going to cycle back out through. They're still all on the lead lap. No one has been able to catch up with them. I don't believe anyone has. So right now you have Zach Rongich. Then you have Brandon Hartwell. He's about 3.6 seconds behind the leader. Chris Paff, he is still about 13 seconds behind the leader. So they all came in for fuel. I'll tell you what, they've been doing 62, 63 laps. They're going to be awfully tight if that's what they're doing for pit strategy. I mean, they were doing 66 laps, so they've got enough now of fuel and tires, because that's what they've been running, 68, 66. So they've been running that long, so they have got more than enough to finish this race out. Now, let's take a look. We have Nate Webb. He's still down 1 lap. Robert is down 2 laps. Neese in the 27, he's down 2 laps. Pennington in the 8, he's down 2 laps. So a lot of these guys are down a lap. It's still only the top 3 cars, the 38, the 25, and the 22. They are the cars that are on the lead lap at this moment in time, and they're the ones driving away from this. So we're going to go up and take a look. I wonder if to the blip we can take a good look. I can't quite see what I wanted to see. I was hoping I could see a little bit better angle, more of the entire track. Don't quite have that angle. There's a good camera angle from the Gopher cam. Good shots there. Coming around the corner. So let's go back up with the tank. There we go. Zach Rongich just went by. He is a man on a mission. There's the gap right there. There's first and second right there. There's your gap. There's your first place car right there. And you don't even get to see the second place car, because the second place car, 5.4 seconds behind the leader. So right now, there's your leader. He is driving away. Brandon Hartwell, he is back there. He is behind that. Let's see, what is it? That's the 49 machine. That's the 49 machine of Alex Miller. So he's back there behind the 49 machine. And then we have Chris Paff. He is back there. Again, 16 seconds behind the leader. And he's coming up on a bunch of lap traffic in front of him. So he's going to have to navigate his way through these 4 or 5 cars and try to see if he can cut the lead time. The leader to him. There's Terry Duguay. He just went high, went into the wall. That's not good for Terry. Take a look. Terry's still up there on the high side. That's not... Oh, he's hit the wall again. Oh, Terry's having a hard job keeping her off the wall. Must have the right front going away on him, because he's having a hard job keeping that car off the outside wall. He's got to back right off it in order to slow down, trying to get some control of the car. That's not good. So then we go back up to Zach. He's up in the lead. 144 out of 200 laps. We have got this thing rocking and rolling. I lost my view here. I have to take a look, see where everyone is. Okay, no one is making any new comments in the YouTube chat, but we definitely notice you guys out there. All right, so we're going to go back over, take a look and see. Brandon Hartwell, he's still back there. He has the 49 right behind him. Then we have Chris Paff. Now, Chris Paff has got to get through some lap traffic. He's got to make up some time. He is 14 seconds behind the leader. He's gained a couple seconds. He's got a fast car. There he is. He's going by Todd in the 26. He's looking at the 27. Going to try to get by the 27. There he goes by the 27. He's just flying there now. So he knocked two of them down. He's got two more right in front of him. Once again, I believe that's Nate Webb in front of the Twin Peaks car. There we go by the 19. By the 19, not a problem at all. But again, he is once again behind Nate Webb. He had a hard battle trying to get by Nate Webb earlier in the race. And here he is once again behind Nate Webb. He's going to have to see if Nate Webb makes another mistake, because that's about the only way that Chris got by him the first time around, because Nate Webb made a mistake. He went into the wall, I believe it was, and that was all that Chris needed to get by him. But he had a hard-fought battle up until that point trying to get by Nate Webb, because Nate Webb has got a 20-foot wide car. Not really, but you know what I mean. He is very hard to pass. So we are at 149 out of 200 laps. We are 3/4 of the way through this race. I'll tell you what. Loggy Boy 700 says, here. Where? Where here? Yeah, I know you're there. I see you. All right. Again, this is the race I'm watching right now on the track. Everyone else looks to be pretty much spaced out. They're all doing a pretty good job. But right now, these guys, I'll tell you what, Chris Paff, he did. He got by the 7. So that opened up the door. So that means Chris right now is 12.8 seconds behind the leader. He's got to start pedaling fast. He's only got 49 laps left to get this thing done here tonight. And do not count out that Cheerwine 22, that red car of Chris Paff, because he is a fast driver. He knows how to get it done on any given racetrack. So he is someone to definitely be watching. But right now, Brandon Hartwell, he's still in second place. He's still trying to see what he can do, but he is also almost 4 seconds behind the leader, Zach Rongich. Zach is just driving around this thing like it's nobody's business. In the pits, Jeff Hurlbut is just coming to the pits in the 23 car. Terry Duguay's in the pits. He's in the pits. He's still in the pits. Not quite sure what's going on with Terry. He's sitting there for a while. Loggy Boy 700 says, come on, Nate. No rear view mirror driving. Let's get her done. We're going to go back up with the leader. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if Terry Duguay is coming out of the pits anytime soon. I got to try to grab onto Terry for a minute, just see what's going on with Terry. He's in the pits. Hey, Terry, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got a copy. Art. How's things?
Oh, not too bad, man. You're in the pits there. You got repairs going on, or what's going on with you?
Yeah. Got the head smacked the wall. I was running a nice eighth place there for a good little bit and smacked the wall. Had 6 minutes to repair it, so I repaired it. Then thought I'd come out and gain some points, and now I put her in the wall again. Got another 6 minutes left.
Oh no! Oh no!
So I got 2 minutes left to repair, so I thought I'd sit here and repair it and go out and get one more position. I see Mark 5 laps ahead of me, so he quit, so I'll go out and get another position, gain a little bit more money.
Well, there you go. You got to go for the dollars, right?
Yeah, get all the money you can.
There you go. There you go.
Kind of
Anyway,
a boring race there to announce, is it?
I'll tell you, it's not too bad. I'll tell you, there's a big race up front there. We have Zach and Brandon and Chris. They're the only top three on the lead lap at this moment in time. Everyone
Yeah.
else is at least one lap down. But I'll tell you what, you know, they're putting on a pretty good show. There's been a couple of close calls, a couple of races, but yeah, these guys, I mean, you know yourself, the S.R.U guys, Dave Bush Series, these guys are all good racers. It's hard for them to have a lot of wrecks and give me something exciting to talk about. Because, you know, these guys are all good racers. You know yourself, you're a good racer, man. So, I mean, you know, like it's, you know,
Well,
you guys
yeah.
make me work for my money, I'll tell you that.
that's good. Well, these guys, I guess anybody out there didn't put the right front in the wall, so that's the biggest thing here. I was just driving around and I went down to look at my tires or something, and I smacked the wall. I didn't think they're fairly easy to wreck, but anyway.
Yeah. So are you having any particular problem at Rockingham? Like anything standing out that's really giving you trouble, or?
No, it's just got to break early. I was we got here late, didn't practice much. You gotta this kind of race the track. Nothing else here. You just gotta make sure you break early and get around the turns. She's a tricky racetrack, fast and tricky.
Right on. Oh, you're starting to fade out on me, Terry. Anyway, I'm going to put you back down because your repairs must be almost ready to go. You should be able to get back out on the track.
Yeah, 20 seconds here and we're going back. Okay, Art, thank you, bud.
All right, man. Put your foot into her. Get pedaling. That was Terry Duguay up in the 14 car. He's in the pits right now getting some repairs done. He's going to come back out and try to move up the leaderboard and just for the points, see if he can get something done. But as of right now, Brandon Hartwell, he is in the back. Still in second place. He's 3 3/4 seconds behind the leader. Chris Paff, he is 11 seconds behind the leader. He is gaining a little bit at a time. Every lap he's gaining a little bit. But he is a lap 162 out of 200. So he's still got a little bit of running to do. There's Terry Duguay coming out of the pits there now. So he's got his repairs done. So hopefully he can keep it off the wall and move up a couple more spots. He's in the 12th place right now, and he's going to try to get by Mark Kostick because Mark is off the track. So he's no longer racing. So we're going to have to see what happens if he can get up there and get some extra spots in. Now, David Neese is just coming to the pits. He's just bringing that car in. Going to come in the 27 car. Going to get some service done on that. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell, 2 seconds, a little over 2.5 seconds behind the leader. He's trying to get something done. Again, Chris Paff, he is getting better. He's down to a little over 10 seconds behind the leader, so he's gaining a little bit every lap. Chris has got his foot into it. There he is going by the Kinder Morgan car. So he is trying to get something happening for himself. Again, these are the top 3 cars. They are the only 3 cars on the lead lap. Nate Webb, he is the first car 1 lap down. If there were to be a caution, he would be back onto the lead lap with the lucky dog. In the 5th place, Miller car, he is 4 laps down. Hurlbut in the 19, he's 4 laps down. Neese in the 27, he's 4 laps down. Pennington is 5 laps down. Neese in the 26, he is, where's he? Oh, we have a caution. David Neese just crashed. I just called his name out. I did not mean to make him crash. Let's take a look. Do we have a caution out? Let's take a look. This is going to change everything. Oh, he just turned right in front of the... Wow, what the heck happened there? Not quite sure. We're just going to replay that one more time. We're going to back that up. We're going to try to watch that again in slow motion. Take a look. See if I get a different camera angle on that. He was just coming out of the pits. He was just coming out of the pits. And he came across pit lane. He came out of the pits. We have the Twin Peaks car. And then it's almost like he spun his tires or something. He right out into the wall, right in front of that machine of, oh goodness, the 19 car. That is Keith Hurlbut. Keith is driving with his hood open. Take a look at Keith's car, trying to look through his windshield. You can't see much with the windshield flying in the windshield. You can't really see much, even from the roof cam. You have the hood flopping in the air. I'll tell you what, that's never good. Okay, let's go back up to live. Let's go back up to the leader. Everybody's coming in for some fuel at the very least, and some tires if they can get it. But this is going to tighten up the field, ladies and gentlemen. We have the leaders right there, first and second place right there again. Zach Rongich and Brandon Hartwell. Chris Paff, he's coming out onto the track. Nate Webb is in right now. Where's the 19? The 19, Keith is coming back out onto the track. So the 27, David Neese, he's still in the pits. He has a lot of front end damage done to that machine. Terry Duguay got the wave around, so he's going to get a wave around. So he's going to get another lap back. So he's actually moved himself up to the 11th position. So we're going to take a look and see as these guys go down through. Well, let's go down to our NASCAR ticker board. Let's take a quick look. We're under yellow. So right now, we have Nate Webb. Nate Webb's got the lucky dog, so he's on the lead lap. Miller is in 5th place. He's down 4 laps. Paulbert in the 19, he's down 5 laps. Pennington in the 8, he's down 5 laps. Neese in the 26, he's down 6 laps. The other Neese in the 27, he's in the pits. Paulbert in the 23, he's down 9 laps. Terry Duguay is down 39 laps. That's going to be a struggle to come back from, Terry. Everyone else is out of the race from 12th on back. Koscheck, Likens, Yarrow, Sheets, Stewart, they're all back out. So we're going to go back up to the live. We're going to go back up to the racing. We're going to go, here we go. We're racing once again. Sorry for that, folks. Looking at all the leaderboards there. But again, Zach is right out there in front, but we have everyone. Brandon Hartwell, Chris Paff, Nate Webb, they're all right there. Now, Nate Webb is the back of the longest line, being the lucky dog, but he is on the lead lap. So we have 4 cars on the lead lap right now. Brandon Hartwell, and I told you, the 22, Chris Paff, do not count him out, because that's just luck of the draw. We had a caution, and that is letting him get back into the competition of this thing. And Loggy Boy 700, he said, come on, Nate, no rear view mirror driving. Caution would be crazy for Nate Webb. Bark, bark, Loggy Boy says. Nate Webb is back on the lead lap there, buddy. I'll tell you what, he's going to see if he can get it done. He's back in a few cars lap traffic. He's going to have to get himself through the lap traffic to get up with the leaders. But right now, Zach Rongich, he's in the lead. He has, he has 1 second over top of Brandon Hartwell, and he has 1.5 seconds over top of Chris Paff. But Nate Webb is in the pits. Oh my goodness, what happened to Nate Webb? He just got back onto the lead lap. He had to go into the pits. Oh my goodness. That's not going to play out well for Nate. Nate's going to go back down a lap, unfortunately. Wow, I thought he was sitting pretty good. Just taking a quick look at his car. He's just sitting there in pit lane, unfortunately, right at this moment in time. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Nate Webb. We're going to go back up with Zach. 26 laps to go. Zach has got Brandon Hartwell, 3/4 of a second. Chris Paff, 1.5 seconds. But the 3 leaders, all 3 of them on the lead lap, the only 3 on the lead lap. You can see right there in the photo, right in front of you, they are racing around this track. So we've got a little bit of a race going on between these guys. Excuse me. All right. A little bit farther back, I'm not quite sure what everyone else is doing. Let's take a quick look back. Alex Miller, he's back there. Excuse me, in the 49, racing behind Fred Pennington in the 8. So then we have Keith Hurlbert. He is back there running all by himself in the 19. He was involved in that accident. He was the one with the hood open. Todd Neese, he's back there. And Jeff Hurlbert, he is right there as well in the 23. Well, there's Terry Duguay. He's back there running along. Just going for the points here tonight. Just an easy drive back to the end of this race for Terry. So David Neese, he is still in the pits. So let's go back up with the leader. The leader's still driving away with this thing. Brandon Hartwell's in second. And then we have Chris Paff in a third. These guys are trying to get it done. So we can jump up onto the roof cam of Chris Paff. There's the two cars right in front of him. They're the cars that he needs to catch up to and pass in order to get the lead of this thing. You see him going into turn 3. He's getting a heck of a run there around turn 4. Really close to the wall. Trying to hope that one of these guys might make a mistake. He's getting a little bit of a gain right there going into turn 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch. He's trying to get something happening. Looks like he's gaining a little bit on Brandon Hartwell every single lap. It's not much, but he's gaining a little bit. He's catching up. He is only about 7/10 of a second behind Brandon Hartwell right now. And every time they go into a corner, Chris is cutting the corner really deep. But then as soon as they come back onto the straightaway, Brandon's just driving away from Chris Paff. So, okay, so we're going to take a look back and take a look, see who else. Nate Webb, he's back out onto the track. Again, not quite sure what happened to Nate. He's down 4 laps now. He was back onto the lead lap, but now he's down 4 laps, unfortunately. He's back there with the 19. You got down low, right in on the inside of the Twin Peaks car. And away we go. Let's take a look and see. Battle box. So we're looking at Nate Webb. He's got the Keith Hurlbert right behind him. And he has Alex Miller, 4th position, right in front of him. But he needs to catch up with him. And he's still quite a little ways away at this moment in time. So, Chris Paff is back there. He's in 3rd place. He's trying to catch up to Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell, he's up there trying to catch up to the leader. He's only 4/10 behind him. He's looking. He's right there on the back end. I'll tell you what, 16 laps to go. This is the time for Brandon to make something happen if he can do anything at all. He needs to get up there. Looks like Terry Duguay's right up in front of the leader. Terry will pull down low, out of the way of the leaders. No advantage for Terry to be blocking anyone. Terry's good like that. He sees the leader coming. He's down laps. He's just going to let them go by him. Not going to bother with them at all. So right now, we have these two cats. They're going to race around the track. One of them will probably be the leader and the winner of this race. But don't count out Chris Paff. He's right there. He's in 3rd place. That red car coming up behind. He's going to see if he can get something done. Looks like Brandon Hartwell came awfully close to the wall there. 13 laps to go. Again, Chris Paff, he's back there. He's looking. He wants to get up there, but he is 2 seconds behind the leader. There's the leader going by the inside of 19. And he's just driving away. Brandon Hartwell, he's trying to get something done as well. But I'll tell you what, these guys are definitely making time on the track. Man, Zach has got that thing on rails. He is just driving away. I can't get over this. 11 laps to go. He's got the lead. He's going to see if he can get something happening, because he wants to drive away even further from Brandon Hartwell, if he can do it. He's going to try. But don't forget Chris Paff, because Chris Paff is going to have something to say about it before everything is done. He's going to see if he can get up there. Here they come around the corner. There's your three leaders. Arnie's taking a look. They're coming around. They got 9 laps to go. You're going to have to get that checkered flag in hand here directly for one of these drivers. One of these drivers is going to take the lead and going to be driving away. Will it be the 38? Will it be the 25? Or could it be the 22? 9 laps. We'll figure it out right directly. Right now, Zach is on rails. He's going to be awfully hard to catch. Brandon Hartwell's right there behind him, 7/10 of a second, almost 8/10 of a second behind the leader. They're trying to get something done, but it's going to be a hard haul for Brandon Hartwell right now. I would have to say 7 laps to go. They're counting down. And Chris Paff, unfortunately, he is drifted way back. He is 3 seconds almost behind the leader, which isn't a lot, but with 7 laps to go, it's quite a bit. Unless there's a caution. If the caution comes out now, nobody pits. They all start 1, 2, 3, side by side, and Chris Paff right in behind the 38 machine. It could be an interesting finish. That's the last thing that Zach wants to see is a caution right now, though. He wants to maintain what he has. He wants to stay status quo. 6 laps to go. No cautions. Let's just run this thing out and get it over with. It has been a hard-fought battle that he's just driven away from everybody all night long. And I'll tell you what, he's done a heck of a job doing it. Coming around will be 4 laps to go at the stripe. There we go, 4 laps to go. He's got to try to get it done. He's driving around. That Goodwrench machine is looking awfully good to sit on the top of the leaderboard at the end of this race. Brandon Hartwell, he's back there as well. He's got that Red Bull 25. He wants to get up there. But again, Brandon's still 8/10 of a second behind the leader at this moment in time. We have 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go, coming across the stripe, going around turn 4 right now. There's Zach going around across. You got 2 laps to go. We're going to go around one more time, grab the white, then it'll be checker or wrecker, because it won't matter anymore. There will not be a green-white checker flag. Once he crosses the line, it will be winner take all. And here he comes. He's coming for the... Here he is. Got the white flag. He is gone. This is it. He is the man on a mission. He's the one that's going to take this thing away from everyone. He's been on rails all night long. Here we go. Coming across the line. Trying to get the checker flag in the air. There we go. There's your winner. There we go. Zach Ronkich in the lead. Brandon Hartwell brought home second. Chris Paff in third. Alex Miller in fourth, Nate Webb in fifth, Fred Pennington, Todd Neese, Keith Herbert, Jeff Herbert, and David Neese in 10th. That's your overall winners right now. We're just going to ride along with the winner. Zach, where'd you go, Zach? I'm looking for Zach. He's not even on the track anymore. I'm not sure where Zach went to. He just jumped out of it really quick. Brandon Hartwell, look for Brandon. Brandon's there. He's coming into the infield. But I don't see Zach. Zach is off the track altogether. He's gone. Wow, not quite sure what happened to that. All right, so let's try the podium finish here. We're going to try to show this one. No, that's not that one. This one right here. No, that's the starting grid. That's not the one that I want. So we're going to show the race overall finishers. Okay, the race. There we go. All right, there's your winners. Zach Rungitz, Brandon Hartwell second, Chris Paff is in third. That's the official. Then we have Alex Miller in fourth, Nate Webb fifth, Fred Pennington sixth, Todd Neese in seventh, Keith Herbert in eighth, Jeff Herbert in ninth, David Neese in 10th, Terry Duguay brought home 11th, Mark Koschik in 12th, Al Likens 13th, Mike O'Yarrow 14th, 15th went to Brandon Sheets, Robbie Stewart Jr. in 16th, Jason Adams 17th, and Robert Chiswick is in the 18th position here tonight. So let's see if we can grab onto a couple of these guys. We're going to try to grab onto Chris. Hey, Chris, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you, Art. What's up, buddy?
I'll tell you what, it was a hard-fought battle here all night long. I'll tell you, everyone was trying to catch up to Zach, but you held on there, man. You brought home the podium anyway.
Yeah, I'm just thankful, late race caution right there. I'm not entirely sure what brought that out, but I was just going to come P3, and I was thankful that I wasn't going a lap down. And I guess with that caution, I get to see out my windshield. It looked like a pretty decent run that was going on up there. So they got that pace, man. They got some short run pace that I was lacking this week.
I'll tell you what, everyone, well, all three of you guys looked like you were on rails. I mean, even when you got back into lap traffic, you were still zipping around them like nobody's business. You look good out there, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I felt fast. It's just this wasn't fast enough, man. You know what I mean? Zachary and Brandon had a little bit better short run. I felt like maybe I was running competitive lap times there at the end of runs with them, but I just, by that time it's too late, man. If they drive out 4, 5, 6 second lead, I ain't gonna make that up. They just didn't fall off the way that I needed them to. Pretty decent race out here, though. I mean, I like this track. The setup could probably use some work. We were definitely hitting the rev limiter with fresh tires, like right at the start finish line. I am not a humongous fan of that, but I mean, it is what it is. Cup doesn't go here in real life, so it's kind of one of them deals where iRacing throws something out there, and this is what we got.
There you go. Well, it's a lot of fun. This track is a lot of fun. Again, they don't use it on a regular basis in real life, specialty track only. But iRacing, yes, definitely has it available to all the iRacers. And it's definitely a fun track to run. It's a little bit different, but it's a fun track.
It is, man. It's got loads of character in this place. Got them crazy bumps coming off the exit of 2. It's like a supercross whoop section, gets the car all uneasy. You got it. This definitely makes you think lap after lap of how aggressive or their lack thereof that you need to be. And whatever happened on the start of the race with the tire spin, I tried to give a call out to the boys and let them know that this is probably going to be an issue, that if you probably try to do a first, second gear start, that there might be some tire spin. And it looked like that's what happened. I ain't had the opportunity to go back and look at that, but other than that, I felt like a good race, man. We did really good there. I appreciate the guys showing up, and congratulations to Brandon and Zach.
Right on. All right, you got anything for your friends or sponsors back home before I let you down?
Yeah, man, I just appreciate my wife, taking on the duties that she does with my daughter on a day-to-day basis, and allows me to, partake in these activities every weekend. Appreciate the guys, man, my teammates. They try to keep me locked in, try to keep me pumped up when things ain't quite going my way, or definitely not going their way. Still supportive. And Robbie Darnell, man, appreciate him. He's the league admin, the head guy. He's took some time away, got some family stuff that's come up, and looking forward to him coming back at Charlotte in a couple weeks.
Right on. Yes, Charlotte next week, so we'll look forward to seeing you there as well.
Yep, couple weeks. We're off for Memorial Day. I know
That's
I know
right
you
too.
don't celebrate that, but yeah, we'll be off next week and we'll be back the week after that.
Well, we're Labor Day this weekend, and you get the Memorial. You get your weekend next weekend. So there you go.
There you go, man.
All right, man. So we'll see you in a couple weeks in Charlotte then.
Yep, sounds good, Art. Have a good one. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, have a good holiday, bud.
You too, man.
Well, that was Chris Paff. He was in third place here tonight. But I'll tell you what, we're going to grab on to Brandon Hartwell. Hey, Brandon, it's Art up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Oh, get a little bit of mic muffle there. You okay?
Yeah, I got a fan blowing on me. It's hot as heck right now.
I believe it. It's hot in this room, right here in front of all these monitors I got in front of me, watching all this action here tonight. I'll tell you what, the two of you guys were putting on a heck of a show all night long. I mean, Zach was fast. He was like he was on rails, but you were right there trying to catch him nonstop all night long.
Oh yeah, Zach's real fast. Like he knows if you push and then get up to him, he knows you just push. So he's gonna push a little harder, or just drive consistent, and then he'll pull away. Rockingham's one heck of a track to tear the tires up, and I don't know. I just tried saving as much as I could, and hopefully that before that caution came out, I was one lap to the good on fuel, and I was coming up to Zach, but I knew he was also saving. So I don't know. It was just a heck of a race at Rockingham. Heck of a lot of fun. A lot of laps green and sweating my butt off. So.
Right on. Did you find that tires were wearing out quite badly here tonight?
Oh yeah, after a full fuel run, my right front was down to like 35 each time we pit. And
Wow.
I was eating up the right front. I was trying not to. I was trying to lift early, but I was also trying to keep up with Zach, and that didn't help any.
No, I imagine that you were burning up tires trying to keep up with him, because he was just driving away right from the get-go here tonight. He was a man on a mission.
So, oh yeah, a lot of fun though.
Yeah, so we're going to Charlotte in a couple of weeks. What do you think, getting back to a mile and a half back to Charlotte?
Oh man, I love Charlotte, and I love that long race that we do there. 200 laps, 300 miles, and it's definitely an endurance race, especially for a mile and a half. Lose concentration for just a minute there, and you're up in the wall, and it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Right on. Well, I guess we're going to be there in 2 weeks. I guess we're going to have a off week for the holiday next weekend, and then we're going to be in Charlotte in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, I look forward to it.
It's going to be a good time. So, you got anything for any of your friends and sponsors back home before I let you go?
Just same as always. Shout out to the league for awesome race by everybody. I know we had a caution at the beginning, but still an awesome race. And shout out to you to putting on a heck of a broadcast. Like going back and watching it.
Right on. Thank you very much. All right, man. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Charlotte. You have yourself a good holiday.
You as well, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Brandon Hartwell. He brought home second place here tonight. He was doing really well. Now we're going to grab on to the fellow that had everything on wheels. Let me tell you, Zach, you got a copy, buddy? It's Art up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, you were a man on a mission. You had that thing on rails, and you were gone all night long.
Yeah.
You put on a heck of a show. I'll tell you what, you had the fastest lap. You had the pole position. You had the most laps led, 195 laps. Man, I'll tell you what, you were the man to beat here tonight.
Yeah, I think I needed some redemption. I had a bad 4 races in a row there where I made a mistake or something silly happened, and I definitely needed to come back and try not to make any mistakes. And I almost made a terrible one on the initial restart, spinning it. I saved it, and then Brandon did the same thing behind me. And then they wrecked, and for the whole race, I thought that might have been me. I wanted to look at that in case I had apologized, but looks like we just did the same thing. We never made contact. So, but other than that, yeah, it was a good race.
No, I'll tell you, it was fun to watch, and for you to be up in front the entire time, watching these guys behind you trying to catch up, and they would get up to your back bumper, and then they would drift away, and then they were seconds behind you, like you were just on rails, man. You were just flying. Did you have any tire trouble there tonight? What was your tires like? Your tire wear?
After a full run, my right front was probably around 45-ish, but um, it wasn't bad. I mean, I was saving tire. I mean, when I was leading, I was probably going 85, 90%, just leaving a little bit in the tank, trying to save tire. I mean, you want, if you're a leader, you want to see, like, you want to push the limit and see, like, how slow will these guys let me go.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see, then I'm doing that, then they start doing that, and then it's a cat and mouse. Like Brandon, he wasn't pushing the whole race either, so it's just a cat and mouse of like who's going to decide, okay, we're going to race, or we're going to save tire. I mean, I think there's a couple moments where Brandon should have pushed the issue, because he might have had a little bit more than me, but it's just a cat and mouse. Like you don't know what the other person's got, so.
Well, it definitely worked out for you in the end. I mean, and I was watching you quite a bit there tonight, and I didn't really see you sliding up next to the wall a whole lot. If you're down to 45% on your front right, that makes it hard to handle or hard to keep off the wall. But you didn't indicate that to me at all. You were just holding your line and just running your own race. You were doing a good job with it.
Yeah, well, everybody, the right front wear is from entry. You have to woe it down so much. 1 and 2, not much. I probably wasn't using any right front at all. Most of my right front wear was the entry of 3. I need to figure out my brake box a little bit better. I feel like other people could hustle it in more. And I couldn't press the brake any harder than I was, or else it would lock up. So I kind of pushed entry of 3, and that's where all my wear came from. But
Okay.
I don't compound that with another bad mistake. If I'm pushing 3, I'm gonna wait on it until I can floor it, and I'll never get tight exit. A lot of people, they'll get tight entry and then they apply throttle and then they're tight the whole corner and then they hit the wall.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, it worked for you tonight. So you were going into Charlotte. We're going to take next week off, I guess, apparently. So we're going to be in Charlotte in 2 weeks. What do you feel about getting into Charlotte?
Yeah, I love that track. I think it's going to be a good race. Brandon and Chris will be a problem. They always are. But it'll be a good race. Another mile and a half. I love that track. You can kind of, there's multiple lanes there, so it'll be a good time.
For sure, for sure. Okay, so you got anything for any of your sponsors or friends back home before I let you go?
Not really. Just shout out my wife. She lets me do this and never complains, and we have a baby on the way, so that's cool. And shout out to the league. They always put on a good show.
Right on. All right, man. Well, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight and taking the win here at the Rock. So we'll look forward to seeing what you're going to do at Charlotte here in a couple of weeks. It should be a lot of fun to watch you.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Have a good week. That was Zach Rongitz. He is your winner here tonight. So just a little bit of a recap. 195 laps led by Zach. Let's see. We were racing here at Rockingham Speedway, 1 mile track. We did 200 laps tonight. We had 3 different leaders. We had 2 cautions for 6 total laps. Alex Miller was the hard charger of the evening. He came up 13 positions. And then we had the most laps led. Zach did that, 195 laps. The fastest lap, again, Zach, 23.245. And Zach also had the pole position. So he started this race in the front and he ended the race in the front. I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun to watch. We're going to be doing this all again in 2 weeks. I guess we're going to take off next week at Charlotte. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. For 2 weeks' time, we'll be back at Charlotte. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So everyone have a good weekend next weekend. Enjoy the holidays. Stay safe. And we will see you in 2 weeks at Charlotte. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good week. Oh, yes, before I forget, 300 miles at Charlotte next week. Just wanted to throw that out there before I went off the air. 300 miles. Robbie just reminded me. So it's going to be a good night of racing at Charlotte. Have a good week, guys. Bye for now.